Hi friends, welcome to my channel, and this is VMware HorizonView Advanced Training, and this is 12th video in this series. And in this video we are going to see how we can create a golden master template on Windows image step by step. So basically a golden or master image is a Windows operating system, a virtual machine which you are going to convert in template, and then you are going to deploy your all the VDIs or desktop pool by using that gold image. So your virtual machines are going to be deployed in HorizonView with the reference of that particular virtual machine. So basically you can create one master image, and then you can install operating system on that virtual machine. You can install all the applications on that machine, and then you can create a desktop pool by using that virtual machine. So all the virtual machines which you are going to deploy and desktop pool is going to get same set of operating system configuration, same set of applications and everything which is required. So this is how we can create a golden and master image of Windows 10. So you have to check the a few differences, like what operating system Microsoft support for like creating a master image for VMware. So you need to check those. So mostly professional and enterprise operating system does support for client operating system does support for creating master image, and also you can use the server operating system to create your Microsoft. It support standard and data center both. So I'm going to use here Windows 10 Enterprise edition, which we are going to use as a master image. So let's see what is our lab infrastructure and how we can create it. So here is my lab infrastructure. So basically we are using 5 machines in this server, 5 servers in this demo. So the first machine is a Win2K12 DC01, which is my Active Directory server, Active Directory and DNS server. Basically if I go here, you can see Active Directory and DNS is running here on this machine, and Win2K12 DC01, and my domain name is victorinfosol.com. And the second server which we have is our HorizonView connection server, which is Win2K12 CS01. So here is this. You can see this is my HorizonView connection server, Win2K12 CS01, and if I go here, you can see Horizon 7 is administration console. If I log in here, so you can see this is the all infrastructure which we have configured in last videos from 1 to 11. So this is our HorizonView administration server. Next we have our VMware vCenter server, so which is vCenter 01. So if I go here, you can see this is vCenter 01, and this is my vCenter server. So on a desktop I have VMware vSphere web client, so I'm going to connect with this client. So login. So on the vCenter server we have 2 ESXi hosts, which is ESXi 01 and 02. Both ESXi is running 6.5 and having 32 gig of RAM. So here we have ESXi, you can see 6.50, and it's running with a 32 gig of memory, ESX01, and this is ESX02, which is running also 6.5.0, and both the ESXi host is added to my vCenter infra. So under the India data center I have 2 ESXi hosts, ESXi 01 and ESXi 02. So this is the infrastructure which we have. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a master image on this for Windows 10. So to do this, we need to go here and right click, and I'm going to create a new virtual machine, and then I'm going to create a new virtual machine, so click next, and then I'm going to type the name, so win10 or put underscore gold, and then click next. And you want to put, so I'm going to run it on ESXi02, so click next and select the storage. So I have local storage on this machine, so I'm going to use that. And then the compatibility version, so I'm going to run ESXi 6.5 and later, so click next. And operating system, I'm going to select Windows and then Windows 10 64-bit, so click next. And we have here customize hardware option, so I'm going to give it 2 CPU, and I'm going to enable CPU hot add, and memory I'm okay with 4 gigs, so I'm just want to enable memory hot plugin, so this is good. And the hard drive 32 gig I'm going to leave default, and on the new network I'm going to select VMXnet 3, and then okay, and then we need to add the ISO here, so I'm going to use the data store ISO, and then I'm going to use this ISO here, so let's so ISO is not here right now, so I need to upload, so we'll see how to add ISO. So I'm going to make it on client, and I'm not going to make this floppy disk here, so remove it, and rest everything is okay, so we are good. And now I'm going to make this machine from the boot option. The next boot I'm going to put in BIOS, so this is okay, and now we are good, and finally we are good to create this virtual machine. So let's click on finish. So now you can see it's creating the virtual machine. So virtual machine creation is done, and now we have this virtual machine. I'm going to launch the remote console and power on this machine. So this machine will go to BIOS first, and from BIOS what we have to do, we have to go to the IO devices, and we have to disable all these SATA ports, serial ports. So I'm going to disable all the serial ports, and floppy disk controller also, so this is good. And that's all. I'm going to make CD drive first bootable drive and hard drive as a second, and then F10 to save and exit, and I'm going to put hit enter yes, and so machine is going to reboot. And now we need to mount the ISO image to this machine, so let's do that. So now I'm going to add the ISO, so settings, and I'm going to use the ISO. You can also use the ISO which is here, so I'm going to add this ISO and apply, and then going to hit Ctrl+Del to reboot this machine. And now you can see it's booted from operating OS, bootable OS, which is in drive. CD drive. So this is going to be a simple operating system installation, as we do Windows 10 installation in general basis. So let's wait for this screen and then we are going to install it. So click next and then we need to click on install. Now I'm going to select Windows 10 Enterprise and click next, and I accept the license terms. Click next and install and run the installation now. So this installation is going to take some time, so I'm going to pause the recording here, and once the installation is done I'm going to resume from there and we'll see what is the next task which we need to take care about it. So going to pause the recording for now. So now the installation is done. Select your region, so United States. Keyboard layout, so leave the default. Yes, I don't want to add second layout, so click next. I'm going to skip this for now and I'm going to just make user and click next, and I'm not going to set any password for this account. So not going to use this, so I accept device settings. So now it's going to allow me take some time to allow me to log into this machine, and then we'll do further settings on this virtual machine. So I'm going to pause the recording once again. So once we are in, I'm going to resume again. So we are in, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to enable my administrator account first. So let's go to the computer management and users, local users and group, and from there I'm going to enable my administrator account. Click OK and close this. I'm going to log off and log in by administrator account again. So sign out and then administrator. I don't have any password, so click on sign in. So it's again going to take some time, so pausing the recording once again. So the first thing which we need to do, go to the control panel and then delete this account which was created by default. So I'm going to open a users and computers. So let's go to the control panel first. So from here I'm going on user accounts, and then I'm going to manage another account and delete this local account which was created. So because we have enabled the administrator account, main local administrator account, which is administrator by default, so now we have only one account in this machine, so which is good. So the first thing which we need to do, install VMware tools on this virtual machine. So I'm going to run the installation for VMware tool, and then also we need to rename this virtual machine, so I'm going to rename this virtual machine as well. So it's going to be a Win10 underscore gold. So the installation is started and we are good. I'm going to click yes, I want to rename. So rename is required reboot, so I'm not going to reboot right now because this is also required reboot the VM tool, so I'm going to wait for this. So this is done, and now I'm going to restart after VM tools installation. So we are in now, and now what we can do, we can join this machine in domain, because we have installed the VM tool and network and everything is looking good. So it's taken the IP address from my DHCP server. So I'm going to join this machine in domain now. I don't want to rename my computer name. So administrator, and then click OK. So welcome to the victorinfosol.com domain. So this is good, and I'm going to restart this machine. So now this machine is in under domain, and we have installed the tools, VMware tools, and now we are good to go and install all the required application which is need to be installed to used by end users like MS Office, Chrome browsers, Adobe Reader, on all the applications which you want to give to your end user. So now I'm proceeding to install all the uh, applications, so which I have already copied here on my domain controller DC01. Under the C drive we have master image software, so I'm going to install these applications. So let's go here, and I'm going to log in with the local account for now. Okay, this user having no password. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy the installation file to this machine. So win2 k12 dc01. So it's going to ask credential because we are not logged in from domain user, so we are not going to have access. So I'm going to put here $C, and then you can see we have all the applications. So I'm going to copy this on my desktop. So we can run the installation locally. So in this installation package we need a HorizonView agent, direct correction and agent, and this VMware OS optimization tool. This is not a part of which software end user requires, so I'm going to cut these on download. So these three software I will show how to install. So we are going to focus on application which is required by end user, so I'm going to install all these softwares first. So let's do this. So I'm installing the classic cell. So classic cell is installation completed. So now we can see our classic cell here. So Chrome is also installed. So now we have classic cell here. So PDF installation. So you also need to make sure you have you installing the latest version or the application version which was requested by your end users to have a proper compatibility for the end user to use. So You need to make sure compatibility on all these things and the correct version of application which you want to install on for the user. So make sure the browser are updated. So this is good, and now we can install few more applications. So like Adobe Reader is done, so I can delete this. Chrome is also done, classic setup done, Mozilla is done, so this is good. Now we can run the Java Node++. So WinRAR is done, VLC is done, AR is done, Notepad++ is done. So the only left part is now Java, which is installing currently, so we are good. And also you need to make sure which like MS Office you want to install. So I'm going to install uh, like ISO. So I need to install MS Office to this machine. So the Java is also done, so now I can go ahead and delete this software folder which I have copied and clean this, and Chrome is updated, and also see the Firefox if that have any update. So we are good, and now we can close this. So this is fully updated, and now I have I'm uploading the MS Office 2016 ISO image to my storage data store, and then we are going to mount this and install the MS Office for this package. Also you need to make sure your operating system is fully updated so you can go and run the Windows update on this machine. So this is upload is completed, and now I can go and connect this, and from here I can go to the ISO file and open this ISO and click OK, and now we are going to have this IS drive for MS Office, and I'm going to install MS Office now. So also you can go to your Active Directory and move this computer object in a correct place. So I'm going to do this. Under the India, I'm going to create one folder here. Let's create under workstation. I'm going to create VDI. So I'm going to move this master image to VDI. And this is good. And let's wait for MS Office installation complete. And also you can see our Windows is fully updated, so no update are available. So we can close this. and let's wait for this installation to complete, and then we will proceed for next task. So this is done, we can close this. Now you can see we are good. We have all the required applications which is required by end user, and now we can go and finally reboot this machine, and then we can install the agent which is required by the view connection in uh, HorizonView connection manager to create the catalogs and extra pools and all these. So we'll do the installation of agents now on the master image. And now I'm going to log in by local administrator on this machine, and I'm going on my download folder where we have copied 3 setups. So the first thing which we need to install a HorizonView agent itself. So I'm going to run HorizonView agent setup now. So we can see what all application which we have installed. So this is good. So welcome to the installation wizard of HorizonView agent. Click next. I accept the license agreement. Click next, and what type of network protocol you want to select. So my HorizonView is running on IPv4, so click next. And then what other features you want to enable, so you can enable all these features which you require. So I'm going to enable only USB redirection, and I'm good. Click next. So enable the remote desktop compatible on this computer, yes. Go with the default, and now good to go and install this. So now you can see the installation is started, and post the installation it's required one reboot. So we need to reboot this machine. After this we can go and go to the go and install the HorizonView direct agent direct connection to this machine. So let's wait for this agent to complete the installation, and then we are going to reboot and come again. So installation is succeeded. We can click on finish, and now you must need to restart. So I'm going to restart this computer now. So hit Ctrl and then log into this machine. And run the agent direct connection plugins. I accept the license agreement and the port. Leave the default and configure Windows auto firewall automatically. So click on install finally. So this is also finished. So let's reboot one more time, and after reboot we are going to do the OS optimization for best performance on a VDI end. So fine, that is going to be a final step inside the virtual machine. So let's wait for reboot. So hit Ctrl and log into this virtual machine. And now we are good to go and analyze the operating system by VMware OS optimization tool, and then we can optimize the operating system as well. So let's wait, and it's analyzing now. Suppose then analyze, you are going to get all the reports. So you can see the analysis summary, which is going to be total this. So I'm going to now run optimize, and you need to go and select here what you want to run. So I want to run a simple VMware Windows 10, so this is good, and I'm going to run on click on optimization. So it's going to take do all the optimization, and going to change all the setting which is required to be OS to be optimized. So it's running, and it's going to take some time. Sometime it's going to take around 5 minutes to get the optimization complete. So let's wait for it. So I'm going to pause the recording till this optimization is running, and once the optimization is completed, I'm going to resume from there. So optimization is completed, and now you can go to analysis screen, and you can see the results here. If you go and click on analyze again, so you can see the score now, and most of the setting has been green now, so like disable cursor blinking, so everything is looking good. And now we can close this, and we also don't need these two applications here in download, so I'm going to delete these two also. So we are good, and now let's unmount the ISO image. So just going to click here and click exit. So we are good, and now finally I'm going to shut down this machine. And once the machine is shut down, you can see machine is shut down now, and I'm going to right click and going to take snapshot and call this snapshot ready for use, ready for desktop pool. So click OK, and now you are going to have your snapshot. So this is good, and this is all about how you can create a master golden image for Windows 10 for creating automatic desktop pool in HorizonView. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe me for more videos. And if you have any query, any question related to this video, you can always post me on my given mail IDs. Thank you once again. Bye bye.